Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Horror Debate. I'm Michael Mandy and he is Rowdy Jeff.
Indeed I am, and welcome back, Mikey.
Sure, thank you.
We've been on a little bit of a hiatus.
Yeah, we took a few weeks off.
We are now back, new and improved.
And angrier than ever.
Angrier than ever. This week's debate, The Invasion from 2007, starring Nicole Kidman, Daniel Craig.
Yeah, starring Daniel Craig. Not starring
Jeremy Northam, and a whole bunch of other people.
Yeah, well, just Daniel Craig and Nicole Kidman is basically
those were the main
all
ones.
you need to sell this film.
Directed by Oliver, and excuse me if I mess this name up, Hirschbiegel. I think that's how you say it.
I don't know.
I don't know, and I apologize if I didn't do it right, but I get my last name, believe me. I've been called Car Care, Car Care. That's my last name. Yeah. I've been called everything, Mike, believe me. So I apologize to Oliver if that's not right. But anyway, what are we looking at here, Mikey?
We're looking at a remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which basically this movie has been originally done in the 50s, and then in the late 70s with Leonard Nimoy, Mr. Spock, with round ears, and Jeff Goldblum. He was in that. And then
I love Jeff Goldblum, by the way. I just want to say that. Everything he's in, I don't care what character he plays.
He's a quirky dude.
I love the way he just comes off. Yeah, completely out of the ordinary, man. Good guy.
And then they did a TV weekly, like a week mini-series of this, like 2 years ago or last year or something. So this is not something new. So I was in, Jeff said we were watching The Invasion. I'm like, okay.
I've seen it.
Yeah, we've all seen
That's
it.
That's kind of what you were... But
okay. So
I dug this, though, and I'll tell you why I dug it. I'll tell you why I dug it. It felt fresh again. Even though it's an old story, kind of, and it was modified a little bit, of course, to bring it into the present day. But I got to tell you, Nicole Kidman, no matter what she plays, she does it right.
Yeah. Actually, like I said, I was very hesitant going into this, but by switching the main character to a female...
Absolutely.
There you go. That added a different twist to the film.
Mm-hmm. And a very reputable female who can play the part, was very believable. The part that I really dug about this was her emotions. The way she would play the emotions of the character, very strong emotionally. You could just see her really digging in deep into this part. This was good stuff.
There was definitely a character arc in this film. Now, when they make films, movies, they shoot them totally out of sequence. So it's like, okay, today you're going to be totally stressed out, totally freaked out and everything, and tomorrow we're going to do the happy in the park scene. So it's very difficult for actors to pull off a character arc that starts out where they're normal, and throughout the course of the movie, something happens and they start getting more tested or pressure or... You see what I'm getting at, though.
Absolutely.
And she definitely carried it off very well.
Oh, yeah,
I also liked the fact that they made it more of it's more of a virus film rather than a paranoia film.
Absolutely.
And maybe even throw in a little bit of zombie action in it. There weren't zombies in it, but they sure as heck did act like zombies.
Right.
And they swarmed like zombies.
Right. And the interaction between her and her son, which I thought was portrayed as well as it could be in this type of film.
Yeah, the other films, it was just one guy being paranoid running around. Oh my God, there's a pod in my backyard. Yeah, no pods in this movie, by the way.
This was a way to. I think the son interaction was a way to bring it more into that female character. Because like you said, we are switching from the male to the female perspective, and just like I said, the emotion in this film, I really got attached to it. I thought it couldn't have been done much better. I don't care who you would have gotten for that lead role, and I'll tell you what, I'm a Nicole Kidman fan. I'm not afraid to say it.
She always turns in a good performance.
She top notch. And Daniel Craig, I'm not his biggest fan.
Yeah.
As far as and I don't mean that rudely, but I the James Bond that he did, okay. This film, I thought it was kind of middle of the road performance for him. He
didn't really have much to do in this film, but then again, he's a character that doesn't really have much to give. I think that's the reason why they picked him to be James Bond, was because he's not an emotional kind of guy.
Right.
He's a very stoic
But
person.
see, in this particular film,
he was stoic.
In this particular film, though, I think it would have helped to have a little bit more emotion, because you had so much going on the other side.
Right.
With Nicole, Well,
yeah, she was freaking out, and the whole world is tuning down.
Yeah.
And she's tuning up.
Right.
And freaking out, and they're all, come, we're here to get you.
Right. But adding that kid in there, it just softens up the audience a little bit. I think it makes the audience look at the hey, look at what she's going through with her son away from her. Look, trying to track him down, trying to stop this infection or virus or whatever it is.
It heightened the tension.
Absolutely.
Too.
Absolutely. This is a good film, Mike.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
And it was beautiful in Blu-ray. Beautiful. I mean, they did a fantastic job in mastering that up in high def.
Another thing that I did like was the ending. I don't want to say they changed the ending, but they kept going. I mean, if we all know the original ending of the first film and the second on all the remakes, but this one actually keeps going a little bit farther. Mm-hmm. So it's like, oh, okay, we're venturing into new territory now.
Right.
So the ending, I'm not going to say it was a happy ending with balloons in the park and everyone dancing, but it wasn't...
Balloons in the park and everyone dancing. That was a different film, Mike.
Yeah, that was a 40-year-old virgin.
That was a 40-year-old There you go.
But no, you see, the ending wasn't all happy, but it wasn't totally downer like all the previous versions of this.
Right.
This was actually kind of in the middle, but I didn't want to jump up and down at the end, but it was a satisfying ending.
Yeah, I knew I was going to dig this film when I saw the trailer, and this is one of those I kind of latched onto immediately as soon as I saw the trailer, because you could tell how she was trying to pretend like she was one of them without giving too much away. She was trying to pretend she was already infected, and she's standing out there in front of that big building, and this couple's holding hands at the top of the building,
and they fall down,
and they're jumping off, committing suicide, basically, and she's got to hold her emotions in check on that and pretend like she's just one of these infected folks, and I said, man, that's got to be that's an interesting dichotomy there, I like the film. I think this is definitely one that it's worth seeing. You might call it a remake. You might call it kind of
definitely it's a remake.
Yeah. I mean, but to me, it felt fresh again, and I think that's important.
Yeah, it was a pretty good remake.
It's important. So I'm actually going to give this 4 stars.
Okay.
I dug this a lot. Nicole Kidman, like I said, you're not going to find a better performance out of her. Well, I mean, The Others was a brilliant performance. What I'm trying to say is you're not going to find her in a role where she sucks. I've never seen one.
Oh, let me think. I could probably think.
No.
I can probably think
of one. I challenge you. Think of one she sucked at.
Oh God, not Bewitched. That was
okay, but I'm talking about
Stepford Wives.
I'm talking about that movie sucked.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm talking about her performance in general.
Look, the captain of the Titanic was a good guy too, but he sank.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
so Nicole's going down for Stepford Wives.
I don't know, man. I think that whole movie was just
wrong. But you know what? For the amount of films she has done, she's got a pretty good track record.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
absolutely. So 4 stars for me, Mikey.
3 stars for me.
3 stars from you. All right.
Because I'm rough on remakes, and this was actually it's a remake, but it's a worth watching remake.
But like I said, to me, when I sat down and watched this, and I was well aware of the history and everything, and I'm halfway through the film, and I'm going, I'm liking this. I'm liking the kind of how wiggy the guys were acting. Remember the guy that came to her door when she was in her apartment?
Yeah.
Right? And he's knocking on the door, and he's giving her some line of
about
crap.
The census.
About the census. Right, exactly.
At like 12 at night.
Yeah, yeah.
And then when she closed the door,
did you see the guy wig?
Face?
Did you see the guy wig? I loved that. I was like, ooh, that was like a little chilly. I dug that.
Yeah.
See? It's little touches like that throughout this film that made it special.
Yeah. Okay, so it's worth watching.
Absolutely.
Even if you don't like remakes, it's worth watching.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm Michael Mandy.
You sure?
I am.
Are you sure?
It's been a while, folks. I'm Michael Mandy, and he's Rowdy Jeff, and we will talk to you next time at the Horror Debate.